What's up, party people, to another episode of Who Asked You Podcast. I'm your host, Studio 2 Groovy, and today I have a very, very, very special show. But I want to apologize about earlier. I was supposed to do this later, but I had some family stuff happening, so I just decided to, push it back. But we're in the building now. Before we get started, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel because, like I said, we back, so we need to get the numbers up. We need to hit that 1K. I want to hit that 1K before, by August. We need to be at 1,000. We can do that. So, like I said, like, share, subscribe. I do have a book out right now, Fat Club: 4 Pillars of Self-Improvement, written by myself. You can purchase that at my website. I'm going to go ahead and put up a banner so y'all can write this down. groovyworld.square.site. Okay, that's where you can buy the book, or if you want to support in any other way to get some products, go to this website, groovyworld.square.site. That will be where I post a lot of my educational content. That will be where I will host live lectures and things like that. So go ahead and go there. It's not going to be subscription based, but it is going to be kind of like it's like an educational cinema. Look at it that way. Like, my website is, if you can pay $7 for a 1 hour, 25-minute movie, then you can pay, $10 for education for the same amount of time. So that's where you'll be able to get all the vital information. And I will be posting content on there soon. So yeah. But I showed you guys the book because I saw this video on Facebook, and I really just want to show it because what my book talks about, this kind of encapsulates. So I'm going to show y'all from my phone. If y'all can't see it, she has a lot of GMO foods on plastic plates. And watch what happens. Take a bite, and now she on the ground. That's crazy. That's no amount of self-love. That's no amount of self-respect. And this book teaches you how to get out of that rut. Right there. This teaches about self-accountability in 4 areas of your life. So people like that, and I used to be like that, need this book. This will change their life. So if you know anybody who's dealing with self-confident issues or weight issues or things like of that nature, go to my website, Groovy World Square site, and purchase that book for them. Like, it's very essential. Or if if somebody has an addiction in anything or just needs some motivation, get that book. And I'm going to segue that into why I decided to do a water diet. I mean, not water diet. I'm sorry, a water fast. And what I did was I drank water all the way until nighttime. I didn't eat any food. I just drank water until late. And in the Islamic world, during Ramadan, they do that, every year. But I decided that I just wanted to, cleanse myself. A lot of the times we forget that we control the body doesn't control us. So when our body feels hungry, we say I'm hungry, but we're not the body. So we have to kind of train ourselves to remember that we are the ones in control. Yeah, I'm on a green tea diet, no luck just yet. No luck as in what? Like you're saying you don't feel a weight loss or something? Because I'm gonna let you guys know, like, the effects that my 2-day water fast did for me was it really just cleared it not only detoxed my body, because I was like peeing and like pooping a lot more. Like, not that I ever have a problem, but it's just like it was like actually more than I thought I would or I normally do. And as well as getting the bodily toxins out, I noticed that I've been having a lot of clarity since my water fast was done. I even thought back to, I think it was like, it had to be either the end of 2019 or the beginning of 2020. I had a dream of my grandmother that had passed away. And she told me the main thing that I remember from the dream. She said, "Don't forget the red balloons." And I've spent all this time trying to figure out what did that actually mean. And the answers that I was getting when I was asking other people and what I thought was, it just wasn't connecting. And this morning I just had an epiphany and I just Googled like red balloon symbolism. And what it was about is like, don't forget to love. Don't forget to be happy in life. That's what red balloon symbolizes in your dream state. And I almost started crying because I'm like, my grandmother knew what I was going through at that time. And even the fact that I had an epiphany today means that was something that's still needed. You know, it was like, my grandma was trying to save me, like from misery. And I think that my water fast decluttered and detoxified a lot of the negative feelings and thoughts that I've had. It's especially as far as like interpersonal relationships and stuff. Because during my hiatus, a lot of stuff was happening, and I'm not gonna say any names or anything, but I really had my heart broken as far as like what I thought people, who I thought people were, and what I thought I meant to other people. I found out that wasn't the case. So I've been kind of having a paranoid deposition about myself. And this morning, when I got that clarity of the message that my grandmother gave me, it put a lot of things in perspective for me. And even now, I'm still processing it. But I felt like that was something very important to mention as far as the water fast goes. And I want to say this. At first, I was so hungry that it hurt. But I went to the gym without eating. I played basketball without eating. And I did my day job without eating. It was only until I came home. Oh, let me put that up there, Rain. That is very important. Chlorophyll, I drink that every morning as well, with some other stuff too. But yeah, and Rain, I promise you, I'm not trying to just try to get you to buy my book, but I really feel like you should get this because it'll help you on that journey. Like trust and believe this is a good guide. It even has like portions where you can write down the air, like in what area you think that you need help on and what you're doing good at. Trust me, it's worth it. It's worth it. So please visit the site and get that book for yourself because it's definitely necessary. Turmeric is very good as well. So yeah, I am going to personally incorporate 2 days of water fasting, probably the first 2 days of every week. And I suggest everyone else do it. I may just go ahead and make a lecture on it. Do some. I have some books on the qualities of water, so maybe that is why I just off the spur of the moment bought it for this moment. So I will probably be coming out with a mini lecture on the qualities of water and fasting. So we got this door open and these flies are coming in. Anyways, yeah. So water fasting, very, very important. I suggest everybody do it. I'm going to be doing it from now on for 2 days out the week, probably Mondays and Tuesdays. And I'm not doing it necessarily for the weight loss factor. I'm doing it because I see that it gives me clarity and it heightens my intuitive powers, because we don't realize that the body is constantly like working, and if it has to keep, even if you're eating healthy, it still has to process it and get rid of the toxins and store the energy and the carbohydrates and all that good stuff. Like, it's working. So giving your body a break, a rest, even though it's going to feel hungry, that water is nourishing enough for you to survive. That's what I love to hear. That's what I love to hear. So let's talk about Bill to the Cosby, the daddy of multiple generations, Mr. Sweater, Mr. Puddin' Pop. He is out of prison. Why? Because the judge came to the conclusion that there was like misconduct in the whole process, and he did all he did was have consensual sex with somebody while they were both drugged. I mean, I don't suggest you do anything like that, but two consenting adults, you can't, like, it's not fair to consent to something and then when there's an inopportune to make some money, or you get this mission to crash a black man, because he was going to buy a network. I can't think off the top of my head which network it was, but clearly that was an operation to get him on out. And he 3 years. He's young now. YouTube, it's an elder. Like I said, don't be messing up my connection. Bill Cosby is an elder, and they snatched 3 years out of his life. Hopefully, he can just remain peaceful and enjoy the rest of his life. Not saying that he's going to die anytime soon, but that's a big chunk. Hopefully, he does end up even still buying the network he was going to, or start his own network. That's what I really hope for him. And there's a history of white women lying on black men, getting them locked up. I'm sorry, it is. And I know that black women accused him too, but it ain't no mystery that black women like to call the police on black men anyway. So it's kind of it is really a messed up situation, and I hope that this gives a new perspective to people who say who always just side with the so-called victim. You know, I hope that kind of gives a different perspective. I'm not saying, because that actually takes away from the real victims, because it is some slimy, slithery sons of guns out here who do not respect the divinity of a woman's body, whether black or not. Like, I don't believe that you should force a kiss, a handshake, a hug, or like where my hug at. Like, that's doing too much to me. Like, you shouldn't have to ask for that kind of stuff. So I'm not capping for all these creepos out here. But I'm saying that when you have situations like that, it kills the credibility of people who really are victims, I guess. So shout out to Bill Cosby. I'm glad that he's home. A lot of black people owe Bill Cosby an apology. Like, we cannot act like people wasn't making memes and calling him Bill Cosby, and even these rappers was making up bars. Uh, you know, and I love J. Cole, but he mentioned, he mentioned Cosby on one of the hardest freestyles I've heard in a long time recently. So, yeah. So shout out to Bill Cosby. Shout out to that whole era of just like black excellence in TV and black family, and like a different, he was part of a different world, and like, they were just doing it. Like the 90s for black television was just amazing. So just shout out to that whole era. Now, speaking of creatives, there's something going on right now. If you don't know what TikTok is, which I'm probably sure you do, but for those who don't, TikTok is a social media app where you can do dances, do videos, share them, blah, blah, blah. And it's actually owned by China, and they're actually ciphering your information if you're on there. But if you don't care about that, then you're just doing your thing. You can get followers. You know how social media work. Well, black creatives have not been being paid and getting their innovative dances and things like that snatched away from them from the mainstream media. I have some articles that I have pulled up that we're going to be talking off of, and I want to specifically shout out Madam Noir, however you say that name.com, because I knew about the strike, but I'm grabbing the media to show you from that site. So I wanted to actually formally shout them out. So let me just share my screen real quick. So first, this is what I want to show y'all. The Tonight Show. I don't know how much I can show this without them like trying to flag my stuff, but I'm going to show enough, as much as I can. I guess I'll just keep pausing it or whatever. But here's a video of a white woman doing all these black dances that she ain't make up. Let me pause it. Now that's, I'm not trying to be offensive, but that's that's not original recipe. I mean, even the music selection is off. Okay. She for sure ain't make that up. Okay, that's enough. Y'all get the point. And I think it is the Roots. Yeah, the Roots heads on the drums. Rain, that is so dope that you know that. But yeah, Roots was on drums, and how they got him to do that, I don't know. But yeah, they're tired of it. So I'm just gonna read from the article because I'm afraid that this might start messing up. So it says, well, no, you know what? I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you. Questlove telling himself like, this is just for the bread. This is just for the bread. All right, let's read a little bit of this. And this is from Bloomberg. Marketers are underpaying Black influencers while pushing Black Lives Matter. Anyone can get famous on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram, but it's a lot easier to make a living if you're white. I'm gonna skip her little dissertation. Blah blah blah. It says the size of the global market for brand endorsements on social media is $10 billion. That is nuts. It says they're corporate marketers and digital ad agency executives trying to capitalize on a new Hollywood, and most of them are white. The result, according to interviews with dozens of influencers, is that white social media stars consistently make far more than their Black counterparts, even in cases where Black influencers have more followers or are doing more of the creative work. White choreographers with followings similar to McRae's routinely make $5,000 to create and perform a dance. McRae generally gets 1/10 that, and she has noticed the same pay disparity across the industry. Although Easterling at least credited McRae, other white influencers often fail to do so. In other cases, Black influencers aren't paid at all. Stacey Theroux, who gives beauty tips to her 1.5 million TikTok followers, says that before she knew what her true market value was, she'd regularly accept products, wigs, for instance, in lieu of cash when she created promotional tutorials for beauty companies. They got free promo. All I got was hair. Another well-known social media personality, Jordan Craig, also known as Meme Maker, I guess it's Cash, says he became aware there was a racial gap in pay when he attended an event with a few white memers, all of whom had similar followings. They showed up in new luxury cars. Craig, who is Black, couldn't afford a car at the time and came in an Uber. It's crazy to be famous on the internet and then have it not mean anything. Literally, I was not sure where I was going to sleep last March. For years, marketers viewed racial messages, and especially the Black Lives Matter movement, as divisive. They inserted provisions into contracts that specifically prohibited influencers from talking about police or using the BLM hashtag. Excuse me. The country is morally divided and blah, 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 blah. That doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we know what it is. Even on YouTube, you don't get a lot of you have to have 1,000 subscribers to even be considered to get paid. While they actually show ads, and every time an ad stops the video, somebody else is getting paid and you're not. And it doesn't, and actually they have a new clause in their contract saying that they can decide, even if you qualify to be monetized, they can make a decision on whether they want to pay you or not for an indefinite amount of time. So it's almost like melanated peoples of the diaspora are so culturally influential. We have the whole world, let's be real about it. We have the whole world rapping. We have the whole world hip hop dancing. We change music. Like, let's not forget that techno came out of Detroit. Like, we literally run culture. and we're the least compensated for it. And I think a lot of it is that we aren't educated in business a lot of the times, or even if we are, we have been taught to take more L's and wait for the accomplishment than us just getting paid straight up. Like I was like, y'all know, for a whole year, I got 100+ videos up right now. At minimum, most of my lectures are an hour and 30 minutes, and I wasn't getting paid for it. I wasn't getting paid for YouTube. I did start having people donate, and I have had some people pay for tickets, but for the most part, I didn't make anything. And it's almost like you have to battle between, am I creative for money, or am I doing this because I love this? And a lot of the times we get paid in clout and attention and thank yous while we're starving or while we're working a regular job, you know? I want to shout out the chat real quick. Hey, Earth Goddess TV, thanks for coming in. I am Wisdom. Hey, Rain been in the building. Roll them out. I see you. I see you in the building. So I wanna take the time to allow anybody to call up here and let us know how you feel about what we've been talking about. I'm gonna have the number scrolling, or if you want to come up here, I'm going to put the link in the chat. But yeah, I just feel like we have to decide whether we're either going to have to start supporting each other, as in going to, like starting our own media websites and stuff like that, or we have to like go on strike on all this stuff and just let it be what it is until we start getting compensated. Like, I feel like even if somebody get paid 50 cents per view or 30 cents per view or 10 cents, 5 cents per view, like, you should get something, because even though you're a platform, your platform means nothing if there's no creators on it. Like, it doesn't matter. You can have 5 billion features on your site or on your app. If nobody cares, and if nobody is boosting it, if nobody is being creative and making dances or lectures or comedy skits and stuff like that, you don't have anything. It's almost like social media is the new labels. Like how music labels be doing the artist dirty, that's what these companies are doing. And they're selective on who they, well, y'all know what it is, man. I don't want to keep because everything in life isn't racial, but y'all know what it is, man. You know how Jimmy Fallon apologized to the creators of those dances? He said, "Oh, I'll have you on a Zoom call." That's how he thanked the creators, by inviting them to a Zoom call, not inviting them to the show, not having a little showcase, how they be having artists come with albums. He didn't set up something to where they can display like the creator of the dance dances to the song that they made the dance to, and have the artist perform or something like that. They didn't come up with that. All he said was, "Niggas, I'll give you a Zoom call, and you should be happy about that." It's wrong. It's wrong. Like, we creatives, and I'm not, and please don't think that I'm saying that, other races aren't creative or aren't like influencers and stuff like that. But to be honest, and I'm going to show you the video too. TikTok is drying up right now because none of the black women, none of the melanated women that's been making these dances and making them popular, because the world runs on what women like. If your girl don't like it, then it's not popping. Like even, yeah, that's with anything. Like, let's be real. Men do stuff that they believe that women like. And if a girl, if your girl thinks something is lame, you're not gonna do it, like at all, or you're gonna be shy about it, or you're gonna do it on your own time. So since women have been protesting, doing things, it's been dry, and all of these white influencers, TikTokers, are kind of like they're not coming out with anything new. They're not doing anything new because there is no base to base anything off of. So please call in 313-327-9342. That's 313-327-9342 to speak your opinion on anything that we talked about, from the Cosby to the TikTokers to water fasting or fasting, or what you're doing. Or if you just want to come up here and tell us what you've been doing to kind of improve on your life as far as health goes, go ahead and call in. While I'm waiting on that on my phone to ring, let me I'm going to copy and put the link in the chat in case anybody want to come up here. There you go. And now let's look at these videos. So it says, glorious Black TikTokers strike to show strength of their influence on the app. Now I'm just going to skip to, let me see. Okay, here we go. I was like, what is going on? Okay, so this guy right here, this man, he's actually started this this refusal to do anything because what's her name? Oh, Megan Thee Stallion, I guess, has this new song out, and usually artists allow their fans and stuff to make dances to popularize the song. And this is what he decided to do.
Butt naked and I stop at air mirror just to stare at my own posterior. I don't give a fuck who talk behind my back. The bitch knew better than to let me hear. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees.
It says, "Psych, this app will be nothing without Black people." So, and here's the interesting part. Because no one would make anything, it says, in an ironic and sad twist, white TikTokers have still copied Eric's Fox, which means fake choreography, showing that even our protest is being duplicated. Now watch this video.
I don't give a fuck who talk behind my back. The bitch knew better than to let me hear. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. I don't give a fuck who talk behind my.
And mind you, I am not a Meg Thee Stallion fan at all. I honestly believe that is a man. I'm not even gonna lie. I personally believe that Meg Thee Stallion is a transgender, but that's neither here nor there. But it's just the fact that it's kind of like mocked, even when a melanated person is trying to make a statement, it's still copied and mocked. It's
I don't give a fuck who talk behind my back. The bitch knew better than to let me hear. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees, shaking ass on my thigh shape. Hands on my knees.
So as you can see, we're not taken serious as a people at this point, like at all. So I believe that the melanated Black TikTokers who are protesting should keep doing it and stop boosting these apps up. Let the world see what it is without us, without our hands in it. Like, I don't see nothing wrong with a little boycott. That's better than marching to me. Just stop. Like that's better than marching because the paradigm will shift when people realize that these mediums are mediums for entertainment, but you have to have a a conduit, a conduit. Just like this is a conduit for energy, we are creatives. I'm not just saying black people. I'm saying just creatives. Period. Creators are the conduit for the medium. Without us drawing in energy and pushing out energy, there is no YouTube. There is no Instagram. There is no Clubhouse. There's no Facebook. There's none of that. And we have to realize that, and you got to know your worth. That's why I made my own website, because I know eventually the goal is to not have to come on YouTube for my audience. My audience can just come to my website. And we have to kind of evolve past what we are this is like I'll just use this as an example. YouTube is like the hood that you don't want to move out of because you scared of interacting in another place, because you're so used to YouTube that you don't know if you'll have the same influence and impact if you go to a new neighborhood, if you build your own house. And that is like, we have to get out of that mindset. So call 313-327-9342 or hit the link in the chat. That's all I really have to say. If nobody wants to come up here, then we will end the stream. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, share, subscribe, and visit the website. Once again, let me put this up there. Support the movement by visiting groovyworld.square.site. I will be having content uploaded on there sooner than later. But right now, what you can do, you can see the services that I offer. You can buy the book, or you can purchase some aromatherapy products that I have. That's what I have for you now, but soon content will be on there. And yeah, we're about to hit 40 minutes. So I guess we can end this. Shout out to everybody who showed up. And we're going to end this the same way that we started it, with Young Pharaoh's song Reality. And yeah, that's the song of the day. The link is in the description. And y'all make sure y'all tell him where y'all heard it. All right, y'all. We're going to leave like we always do with love and light. Peace.